The most expensive funeral in history. King of pop Michael Jackson has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on musical history. His album Thriller back in the 80s revolutionized the world of music and video. Michael Jackson passed away in 2009. The cause of death was an overdose of propofol. His personal doctor was convicted of manslaughter. Margaret Thatcher was British Prime Minister from 1979 to 1990. Margaret died in April 2013 from a stroke. $1.8 million was spent on her funeral. Moreover, the money was taken both from Margaret Thatcher's property and from citizens' taxes. You might think that for a ceremony it's enough to order a wreath for the funeral, an expensive coffin and rent a room for a farewell ceremony. This is not entirely true. $1.4 million were spent on security at the funeral, $104,000 were spent on the ceremony at St. Paul's Cathedral. $31,000 received an ambulance service in London. Sir Winston Churchill was British Prime Minister from 1940 to 1945 and 1951 to 1955. Churchill was also a writer and Nobel Prize winner in literature. He was also an honorary citizen of the United States. Churchill played a large role in ending the Second World War. After the death of Churchill in 1065, funerals were organized, which can only be members of the royal family. Princess Diana was the wife of Prince Charles of Wales. Diana died in 1997 in a car accident in Paris. The cost of the funeral was $7.7 million. Pope John Paul II led the Catholic Church from 1978 to 2005. John Paul II is credited with the eradication of communism in Poland. The funeral of Pope John Paul II in 2005 became the largest gathering of world leaders in history. The ceremony was attended by 4 kings, 5 queens, and 70 presidents. When Queen Elizabeth passed away in 2002, she received a very magnificent funeral at Westminster Abbey. There is no data on how much was spent on the police, but the Department of Defense allocated an amount of $462,000. The total cost was $9,090,000 or $12.5 million by today's standards. John F. Kennedy was one of the most beloved presidents in U.S. history. He was killed in 1963. Kennedy was buried at a site in Arlington National Cemetery, worth $13 million.